Alright, this is the second game between Wolf Blademaster and Greek Iraklis. Messigadai Blademaster versus Rome, commanded by Greek Iraklis. Let's go over the Blademaster's army first. We have Steppe Armored Lancers, Seika Noble Armored Lancers, Seika Noble Armored Lancers, Steppe Armored Lancers, Steppe Armored Lancers, some more Seika Noble Armored Lancers, and so on. Seika Cataphracts, and I'm sure we also have some mercenary Steppe Archers. We actually have a mix of all kinds of archers, horse archers that is. For Greek Iraklis, we see that his general sorry about that. We see that he has a normal general. We also see that he's got 4 of these 3 RDI. He has a first cohort, Astadi, Eagle cohort, Astadi, a mix of Eagle cohort and Hastadi, and some auxiliary infantry in the back, probably used as meat shields. We've got a 5th 3 RDI and a Hastadi. Actually, I think we have 6 Hastadi over on the field. And Hastadi is basically one of the best unit Rome can bring against these nomad factions. Blademaster is going for the classic surround, and he is going to target these Hastadi in the flank, which is good. This is in the unshielded side, so I think in the unshielded side it does more damage. I think when you attack on the flanks and you fire in the back with arrows, I think that does more damage than when you do it on the right, because this side is basically unshielded. We can see that the formation of Greek Iraklis is really blocking Blademaster doing anything. What Blademaster can do in this battle are a couple of things. He can try to break this formation and try to make them separate in some groups, and then focus on one group and then go to the other, or he could use all his ammo to weaken one of the strongest units, and then go in for some cycle charges and so on, or he could go for a timed gen snipe when he's charging in. Now, of course, the Roman army is too big to do that, so first of all, he's gonna focus on these Hastadi. I don't think you should focus on Hastadi, but I don't think on what else he should focus on. You can focus on these 3 RDI, but these 3 RDI, they're not gonna die, as they have 95 armor, which is quite insane. Seems like Blademaster is only focusing on Hastadi so far, and I'm gonna fast forward this a little bit, as there is really nothing going on. Blademaster is going to be focusing this Hastadi. He's also going to attack these first cohorts in the back with some arrows, so he's really trying to conserve his ammo on his horse archers. And he is really just going to shoot every unit in the back that he can possibly shoot in the back. What do we see here? We see a charge into the Hastadi with the same the Seika Noble Cataphracts. Hastadi down to 83 men with the first cohort behind it. I don't think they have thrown any pilas, so I would say this charge is worth it, only losing 4 men in the process. He also lost some Steppe Archers, that might have been because they were stuck in the fight as well. We see another Steppe Lancer charging down the hill into these auxiliary infantry. Devastating charge. I think right now we should see like a couple of charges incoming. We should see these Cataphracts charging in, but then again, this is some great screening. Like, this formation that Greek Iraklis has makes it really difficult to pull off these sorts of moves. Let's see if the Hordes Archers are focusing on anything to fire. You've got the general over here supporting these units since they're clenched up and they got charged on all sides by these Cataphracts. We see another charge, Seika Cataphract, charging into the 3 RDI, only killing 2 men in the process and losing none. So that's a pretty good engagement, even though it was really dangerous. You never want to be engaged with a 3 RDI unit when you're using cavalry like that. The General of Blademaster is on this side. I don't think he needs it on this side anymore, but if he's gonna take the majority of his engagements on this side, I think he should switch around this general for some more morale. Even though, let's check the units if they have excellent morale already. Morale of 70, ooh, 30, yeah. He keeps on targeting. I think he targeted these triarii, or he targeted the auxiliary infantry. Blademaster now targeting the first cohort. I think it's with heavy shot. Should see some very nice shots on these guys into the first cohort. Though he is shooting at their shields, and I don't know the shield block value of first cohorts, but considering their armor is 85, I think it's pretty good. Actually, wow, these first cohorts are actually dying really fast to all these arrows. I think these are gonna fire into these Hastari, trying to rout them off the... Oh, sorry, those are Lancers, not Horse Archers. Alright, we're gonna speed it up a little bit more. We can see that these Sika Noble Armored Lancers are sneaking up in the forest, really close to the infantry of Iraklis. We see multiple charges going in. Really nice back charge on these triarii that are already engaged with another Step Armored Lancer. Another charge right into the auxiliary infantry, really just killing a lot of them, and Blademaster is just now really charging from all sides in this area. And you can see that it really has an influence on the morale, but they don't seem to be dying. I think if he counter charges right now, he might be able to rout the auxiliary infantry, but then again, there is a auxiliary infantry nearby in the first cohort. It would be really hard to do that without losing the cavalry unit. Blademaster trying to escape with cavalry. We have these auxiliary infantry and Hasadi running up the hill chasing these cataphracts. We got another charge incoming. Downhill charge right into the Hastari. Oh my god. These Hasadi got wrecked. Another charge into some Hastari, but then again, the Hastari are units that Iraklis can afford to lose. Even though I really like this move. Iraklis is bunching up on this side. Now Blademaster is gonna try and get basically a free charge in these units without them being able to throw pilas. Even though I think right now he should have really... Damn. If this was a cataphract, he could have maybe slipped through and get to the general or get a back charge off. We see some harassment on this side as well. Blademaster not willing to commit to another charge over there, though he is gonna charge in right into these Hastari. Yet again, they can throw pilas, but they didn't kill any of the Step Armored Lancers, though they will suffer a lot of health problems. These Step Lancers most likely on the charge. Oh, I like this move. This is very good from Blademaster. A clean charge into these guys. He really should charge in with... Ah, damn it, those are Horse Archers. He really should use a cataphract. Like, if he just had a cataphract right here, he could have maybe gotten some more back charges on. That would have been really good for Blademaster. As these clumped up units and weak units, we have the Auxiliary Spearman, and just one triarii over there. A couple of charges in there. 2 of the 3 units rout. But we can see that Iraklis is moving more towards the bottom. I don't know what's up with the ammo of Blademaster. Let's look at these kills. 5 kills, 39 kills. That's quite good. We've got 26 kills. These dudes, 66 on these Armored Lancers. Step Horse Archers, 66 kills. Probably firing at these no, actually not the triarii. Yeah, they are firing at the triarii. Step Armored Lancers charging downhill into the first cohort. Not really achieving too much. We're gonna see another great downhill charge into the auxiliary infantry, which is truly devastating. Iraklis is gonna support with his general. He is gonna raise banners and do all the shenanigans with the general abilities, forcing Blademaster to pull out. Well, he had to pull out anyway because of the auxiliary infantry having a bonus versus large. I really like the charge decisions from Blademaster in this game, even though it's, for me, if I had to judge the game from the start, I think Rome has definitely the edge over Meskhetiya as a faction, for the simple fact that they have a lot of good throwaway units like the Hastari and the first cohort, which Blademaster is focusing on. The real deal, what it's about, and it's another great charge, great downhill charge with the first cohort. The real deal where it's about all these Triarii. These Triarii, they can really soak bullets for days, and they cannot really be killed by cavalry either. Another charge into these plumbed up units. Not really getting too much kills out of that one. I think it killed about 3 guys, and this is a dead Seika Noble Cataphract. Though I don't really understand why Greek Iraklis is basically up on this high segment as he is getting down charged for days. It doesn't really matter nonetheless, because because he's using these small units like Hastari, and well, Eagle cohorts aren't really the most cheap unit, but they're definitely just there for buffer, and he's just really keeping these Triarii alive for the late game. Also, Blademaster isn't really focusing the Triarii. He's now busy sniping the general, and I think sniping the general would be a really good idea for Rome, since it's such a fragile unit. And Hastari and auxiliary infantry don't really have a discipline or anything, so killing the general for Rome is actually a pretty huge deal. We see another charge happening over here, uphill into the Triarii, firing into the back of these Triarii. So Iraklis is actually opening up his formation, and we see another great downhill charge into the Hastari. This will probably kill off the Hastari. This must kill off the Hastari. We see some first cohort running in there as well. We see another charge happening over here into the Triarii and auxiliary spearmen. I think this segment should wrap. No. See another general. Oh my god, the general is super exposed right now. Blademaster could go for it, but Iraklis sees it and he's gonna pull back. Really just using these abilities to make sure his units do not rout on the charge. See another downhill charge incoming, though these lancers are really tired. I wonder on which unit that attack order was on. I think the attack order was in the Eagle cohort. First cohort just got wrecked anyway. You have another charge incoming by the Amazonian riders. Those are skirmish calf, I think. Yes, those are skirmish calf. We see another Cataphract unit. No, I think it's a Horse Archer unit charging into these first cohorts. I don't know what Blademaster really wanted to do with that. We've got another charge incoming into these Hastari. Charges happening over the place, but I don't really know. Like, if I were Blademaster now, I wouldn't really know which unit to target. Considering that he is charging his Horse Archers, indicates that he is out of ammo. We've got the Triarii over here with 58 men. We have the auxiliary infantry, two Triarii units, basically full strength. 3 Triarii, 4 strength. 4 Triarii units, which are basically full strength. So this is gonna be really hard for Blademaster to pull out a victory over here. Another great charge downhill, and these downhill charges are helping a lot, but they're not really... You can't really get much out of it. Though these Triarii, 10 men got killed, charging down into the Eagle cohorts, charging into the Triarii over here, actually killed quite a bit. I think they charged in the back, considering how many Triarii are laying on the ground. Another charge into these Triarii as well. And it feels like Iraklis is now a little bit opening up. You can see that there are all these little gaps down here, but it's also easy to get your cavalry trapped into. I think Blademaster wanted to use the opportunity to go for his general, but Iraklis is closing the gaps already. Another charge incoming into the Triarii. Very good charge over here. This should mean the end for this Triarii. Though with support incoming, that might change as well. I think if Blademaster now is able to put some well-timed charges on, he should be able to win the game in combination with the Gen Snipe, but the chance of that happening, I think, is really low. If you take a look at his units, we see that he has a Seika Cataphract Horse Archer left, he has his General left, who just charged into an Eagle cohort, just massacring, I can speak English for shit. Lancers routing. General's bodyguard for Rome still alive. I don't really know what to say right now. We have all these Horse Archers over here, which are basically out of ammo. Another charge with the Seika Noble Cataphracts into this blob, not really doing that much. And the Horse Archers are going to go for another charge as well. Now, these units are on the move, so charging them is always a good idea, but with our spears, though, these Triarii at 11 men probably going to rout out. Oh my god, the Armored Noble Lancers just missed the General Bodyguard. Charging these Triarii of 111 men instead. Ooh, but oh my god, this General Bodyguard got caught, and this Triarii is completely exposed. Blademaster charging in from all the sides while escaping with his General, leaving this Triarii out of the fight. And now he's gonna probably keep on cycle charging with the Seika Cataphract Horse Archers. Seika Cataphract Horse Archers actually have decent melee attack and weapon attack, to be honest. Though, oh my god, Blademaster, what are you doing? Seika Noble Cataphract of 60 men, very healthy, and you're not using it. If Blademaster recognizes this Seika Noble Cataphract, he can still win the game. He can get rid of this auxiliary infantry unit. He could perhaps even get rid of the General. Eagle cohort, 6 men, very low. We've got the Seika Noble Armor Lancers charging into the Triarii. Charge into the auxiliary infantry will rout them, of course, as they were very low. But now you can see that only Triarii is basically left for Greek Iraklis, and this is a really tough situation for Blademaster. And oh my god, Blademaster, you can just charge a General Bodyguard. Do it! Do it! Sinopal charge. The Horse Archers into the Triarii. Not the best engagement, but he's probably trying to tie down these units and trying to create a gap or something to get to the General. He's firing with the mercenary Amazonian riders into the Roman legatus. No, General and Bodyguard going in for a charge, but is the Triarii gonna save the day? That is the question. Pushing through, losing a lot of men in the process, trying to save the General, charging the Triarii, turning away the attention. Are we going to see this unit routing? And oh my god, this Cataphract, this Lancer could change the game. It is fresh, and oh yes, Blademaster notices it. It is fresh, it is full of health, and it can really do some cycle charges with the other cav units as meat shield. Blademaster needs to keep his General alive, and maybe he then has a chance with Greek Iraklis. He played a really good game so far. He kept the units alive that he needed to keep alive, and that are these Triarii. There's not really a way to protect his General, though. He's gonna try to dodge shots by zigzagging with his General, but it is probably not gonna matter. Blademaster is going to kill the General of Rome. That would be a huge deal. If he kills the General right now, this could be a really huge deal if he then charges in with the fresh Lancers. Four, three. Two. Probably the General is still in there, and it routed, but man, he should really keep focusing fire on the General unit. This might be the General. I don't know, did he kill the general? I didn't hear the message. Maybe the general is still in there and that would be a really huge deal. Anyway, we've got the we got the noble cataphract charging into the 3REI, pushing through, trying to go for the other 3REI that is tied into the general and into the horse archers.
Understood.
And oh my god.
As you say. Understood.
These horse archers need to pull out.
Yeah. All right.
Ooh, the general almost gone. I think instead of firing, he should... Although, I think Blademaster is trying to stack fears right now. Like, he's trying to stack morale that's against Greek Iraklis, but I don't know, man. These noble armored lancers, they need to get out, like, now. They need to get out now, and they need to just cycle charge the fuck out of this army. Though one really big disadvantage is that it's uphill, and we've got all the 3REI counter-charging downhill, so it's not really gonna do too much, and it's probably just gonna die. And wow, I think considering the army that Greek Iraklis brought, I think Blademaster played it really well. It was literally a fight uphill for a Blademaster, and probably some other charge decisions here and there could have maybe won him the game. But I don't really see it happening right now. There's too much 3REI on the field left, and the charges of these horse archers aren't really going to change the outcome of the battle. We have this second armored noble lancer, but it is just charging uphill and it's getting tired. Oh, it's actually on active. But then again, there is just not enough meat shields for the noble armored lancers to continuously keep charging in the back. So that was the game. Man, what a pity for Blademaster. He played it really well. But also props to Greek Iraklis. This was definitely not easy, even though the odds were with him. I think positioning over here is just not really a good idea. Perhaps he should have positioned himself more over here, like having a higher elevation so that the cataphracts always have to charge uphill. Because Blademaster had a lot of downhill, like charges downhill going for him. Again, downhill charge into the 3REI. Yeah, this is... We've got one 3REI routing. We've got two more 3REI on the field, but I think it's too much. The cycle charges aren't really gonna help. The forest is stopping. It's reducing the charge from the cataphracts, and that's game. Blademaster killing 2,080 men. That is insane. Even the cataphract horse archers with the most kills. That's just brutal. As for Greek Iraklis, of course, 3REI did most of the work. They together already have probably like half the kills, like an amount of 400 or something. So anyway, this was it. See you guys later.